She is one of the most written about women in history, but Princess Diana rarely got the chance to tell her own story. No matter how damaging the tabloid lies or hideous the harassment, the Princess of Wales was always advised by those within the family and institution of the monarchy that dignified silence and a stiff upper lip was best for everyone. It contributed to a tortured existence for Diana, one she only built up the courage to speak about towards the end of her life behind palace walls. As Prince Charles continued his affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, Diana searched for ways to be heard without facing the wrath of the men in grey she feared. Taking comfort in the safety of anonymity, we first saw her turn to journalist Andrew Morton to secretly cooperate on a definitive biography that would not only set the record straight on the dire state of her broken marriage, but also reveal the institutional cruelty and heartlessness she experienced within the royal establishment. Princess Diana rarely got the chance to tell her own story, he said, offering her collaboration with journalist Andrew Morton on the 1992 biography Diana. Her true story is an early attempt at revealing her truth. 3 years later, Diana chose to speak out herself, finally opening up to BBC's Panorama. It was raw, real and the most watched interview of all time in UK history, he continued. Diana's decision to do a televised sit-down was rooted in a deep desire to be heard and finally dispel many of the false narratives told in the press. Though he concedes that the interview was obtained using a combination of unethical tactics and gaslighting by Panorama lead interviewer Martin Bashir, Scobie cites Diana's own insistence that she had no regrets in a letter written to Bashir a month after the program's broadcast, as an argument that her words should be listened to as part of her historical narrative. Without being able to hear Diana's own words again, I fear we may be about to enter what could potentially lead to the slow rewriting of her life, he wrote, later adding, unethical and immoral practices in the media should always be fought against. But just as important as ensuring the integrity of journalism is freedom of speech for those suppressed or silenced by higher powers. Diana fought for much of her royal life to share her side of the story and be better understood. She put everything on the line, and her braveness has inspired millions around the world. Sadly now, her voice has been silenced once again. It's been 25 years since Diana's death, and although the world is a vastly different place, the firm is largely not. Just last year we heard echoes of Diana's own painful experiences in some of the stories shared by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex when they opened up to Oprah.